So I can start playing.
Yeah, you have to say like hello, welcome to
Ah,
whatever our match. Okay,
oh, it
let's start
started.
let's start playing. Yeah, I'll switch over the sound.
Okay, sure. So I'm playing Anish today. It'll be interesting to see how it will go. So he plays Ninso Indian. Mm. I play knight f3, e5. Usually I play Catalan or knight c3. What should I play today? I think it will be interesting to see what he does in Catalan. He played Catalan himself um, against Jordan Van Forest in the first round. He goes a5. He played this against Ding Liren in the candidates. So I can either go queen c2 or bishop g2. I'll go bishop g2. So I have again a choice, queen c2 or castles. If castles, then he'll play dc. That's his point. I'll play queen c2. Yeah, he's following his game against Ding Liren from candidates. The sad part is that my memory is not really good to remember all the details. Just trying to, I think it was cd, and if he took on d4, knight d4, queen b6, and e3, something like that. Et, I'll play castles. I think knight c6 was the move, which was played by Anish. Right. So, if I remember correctly, Ding took on c6 in the match. Yeah, if bishop c3, he'll just take on c3. So I kind of have to go for knight c6, bc, and rook c1. I think that's what they did in the match. Rook b8. So there are two options: bishop b4 or knight c3. I think bishop b4 was played by Ding Liren, and I can go knight c3. I dash to play knight a4 or knight e2, or I can take on b4 like Ding. I'm still confused between those two moves, trying to see which works best. So okay, bishop b4 was played in the game. So let me try knight c3. I hope I'm recalling it correctly. So it goes h5. Typical idea. How should I continue? Yeah, somehow I don't like that he's blissing out. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, I should focus and try to play accurately. Otherwise, he'll get free initiative on the king side. Maybe knight c3 was not the best choice. Maybe I can just play knight a4. Then he has to move the queen. And then I can play something. Okay, let's play knight a4. I don't see a better option currently. 28, expected. If I take on b4, he will probably. He can take with both the pawn and the rook. Okay, what should I do? I can go bishop c3. I can play knight c5. If I play knight c5, what will he do? He'll play h4 most likely. I can also play a3 now, forcing him to take on d2. Then I go queen d2. It's slightly weird, but shouldn't be that bad. Maybe a3 he goes back to d6, then I can take on c6. So a3, bishop d2, queen d2, h4. And he has some kind of counterplay. Yeah, I'm getting low on time. I should play quicker, but I don't see clear way how to improve. Maybe I should try to threaten to take on c6. So maybe some move like b3 should not be that bad. Yeah, I like the look of it. But then he'll go bishop a3. Okay, let me just take on b4. Before, I guess he's still in his preparation. So I can either play a3 or b3. What if I play b3? Makes sense. I'm threatening to take on c6 now. Finally, he's thinking. So that's a good sign. If he plays bishop d7, then I can simply play knight c5 or something like that. And if he plays h4, I should probably take on c6. If he plays h4, I should take on c6, but he has bishop d7. So what else can we do? I guess h4, queen c6, bishop d7. I can play queen c5. Then he takes on a4, ba4. Probably it should be slightly better for me. He does go h4. And if I don't take on c6, then I don't see the point of my play. I can play knight c5, knight d3. It's a bit slow, to be honest. Okay, I think queen c6 makes sense. Otherwise, the previous part of the game didn't make much sense. Let's go for it. So I'm expecting bishop d7 to be played, or he can play h3. It's a bit tricky. Then I'll have to go bishop f1. So the question is, after bishop d7, where should I put my queen? So he does go h3. So I have two choices: bishop f1 or h1. Bishop f1 makes sense to keep an eye on h3 pawn. Although then he has some knight g4, knight e5 tricky business. If I go on h1, okay, so bishop f1, knight g4, and then bishop h3, knight e5, definitely queen c8. So what does he want after bishop f1? Maybe he wants to play d4. Hey, he could. His idea could be to play d4 after bishop f1. That's easy. Bishop f1, d4, queen c7. Then he just takes on e3. No, I don't really like that so much. I can play bishop f3. Then he can play bishop g4. I'm playing too slow, but position is really on the edge. Okay, I'll go bishop h1 just to be on the safer side. Because now knight g4, I can just take on d5, and if he plays d4, I can take back et. To be honest, I really don't like my position. He has free initiative for one pawn. Have to be precise here. So d4. What should I do after d4? Ed, then he goes rook d4. Maybe bishop f1 was the way to play. I don't like this after d4. So d4, I can go queen c7, g3, fe3. If queen d2, I have queen c3 back. And then if you go something like queen e8, I can go rook e1 and defend the position. It's not the best, but that is. Queen c7. I can play rook d1 But then he has bishop b7. Yeah, I should really go queen c7. I'm expecting him to take de. If queen d8, he takes on f2, king f2, rook d8. He'll probably hold that position, but I really don't like the fact that I'm playing for a draw right after the opening, although the position is really critical. So if I take fe, queen d3, I can go queen c3. It looks okay. And if queen e8, I have rook e1. Okay, let's try that. Yeah. I see that Anish changed his expression after I took fe. He was not expecting this. So either I'm missing something or he's just happy that it looks ugly for me. So the point is, if queen d3 or queen d2, I have queen c3. So he has to, all of course, keep the queens. So queen e8, and I can go rook e1. That is like the safest. It's a very complex position. I have a feeling that it should be okay for black, or it could be even better. But I'm still pawn up, and I am threatening to take on a5, for example. He has to be precise here to prove any advantage or any compensation for the pawn. He can play rook e4. That's really a nice move. I can't take on e4 there because of queen e4. So I'll have to play queen c3 or queen c5. Either of those. Yeah, I'm expecting him to play rook e4. That's crazy. I did not see rook e4 from afar, and I don't really like it. Yeah, it's getting slightly out of hand. Not a good sign. So rook e4, queen c3, here's knight d5, then I go queen a5. Rook e4 I could also take on a5, but it's really dangerous. I'm also low on time. Should I play? Should I simply take the pawn on a5 after rook e4? It would be really brave to do that. I have a feeling it's wrong, but I don't see immediate refutations because rook e3 I have queen d2. And it does go rook e4, obviously. I can either play queen c3 or queen a5. Confused what to do. So if I play queen c3, I can go knight g4. I really want to take on a5. Yeah, maybe I should just go for it. I might regret it. Okay. I'm sure that it'll annoy Anish that I take a pawn simply. Knowing Anish a little bit, I'm sure uh, it's slight surprise that I took on a5. He was probably expecting me to play queen c3. Okay, so rook e3. Now I should play. I can play queen c3 actually. It's a very cool move. Rook c3, rook here, but then he has rook g3. So I should just play queen d2 like a normal person. If rook e1, I take rook e1. So what can he do? He can go rook e5. Then I take and go rook e1. It is pawn on h3. He has good compensation, I think, for one pawn, for sure. Yeah, and I should still be careful. I could lose control of the position. Maybe I should play queen d4. I don't know if it's good. Or I could play bishop f3. Or simply challenges queen with queen e2. But then he goes queen b4. Yeah, queen d4 looks good to me. Maybe I should just go for it. But then he has rook e8. Yeah, yeah, it's tougher than I expected. What if I play queen f2? It goes knight g4. If I play bishop f3, he'll go bishop b7. I assume. But okay, let's go bishop f3. Yeah, I would rather be black than white, of course. And I'm really low on time. So things don't look so good. But I have a pawn, something to be happy about. Although it's like the worst kind of pawn. If I can exchange his knight, it should be okay. So I wanted to play knight c3, idea queen c5, queen f2, but queen c3, bishop b7, knight g4. That doesn't look good. And if I play queen e2 now, yes, queen b4, so I should just take on b7 probably. So knight c3, queen c5, I also have queen e3, which makes a lot of sense. Queen e3, rook e3, takes. Yeah, I like the look of that. So let's play knight c3. He has queen a6, but I can keep challenging his queen, like queen e2. Not proud of what I have achieved today. Yeah, I should focus more and talk less. That's usually a good idea. So if queen a6, I have various moves. Queen e2, you can go queen a5. Then take on b7, takes on c3, because queen c5. Am I missing something? I saw this, but I thought I could just go a3. Can't I? Or did he blunder this? a3. Wait, let's be sure. b3, queen a3, bishop b7, rook d8. Maybe that's his point. a3, queen b3, rook b1, then take on a3. Or I could take on b7 and go knight e4. It would help if I had some time. You have to take an intuitive decision right now. a3. Okay, let's go for a3. He missed it, I think. If queen b3, I have rook b1, queen a3. Then I can take either rook b7 or bishop b7. My only worry is now the time, because it's still hard, very easy to go wrong in this position. So if take on a3, I should take bishop b7 probably. Queen c2. I missed this move. What is the point of this? Uh-huh. So if I play rook b7, he has knight g4. I missed that. That's clever. Okay. Bishop b7, rook d8, g4. Yeah, it's too complicated. I don't have time. Should I take rook b7 or bishop b7? From what I can see, maybe bishop b7 is safer. Knight g4, I have queen e2, queen c3, queen g4, queen e3, king h1. And let's hope that I'm not blundering something. If rook e8, I have queen c1. So knight g4. Yeah, what else? He has to go knight g4. queen e2, queen c3, queen g4. If I can survive the next few moves and play well, I have a feeling it should be winning. It's still tensed. My king is a bit weak. What is he thinking? Maybe he wants to keep it more complicated. So rook e8, whenever queen c1, goes queen f5. Maybe rook e8. Let him go queen d4, with knight g4. Not an easy position. I'm really worried about my time. So knight g4, queen e2, that's clear. So if rook e8, what should I do? The queen c1, he goes queen f5. I have rook b5. Still some tricks. He still has some tricks. Yeah, I think he'll play rook e8. Should I play queen d4 after rook e8? It's a bit ambitious. So, queen f5. Then go queen c1. We'll go queen f5 for sure. Taking queen c5. Check. Although it's not a big deal. It was queen d3. Yeah, of course, this is a better square. Maybe I can play rook b2. Rook b2 or queen b2. What should I do? Yeah, after queen c1 was a big mistake. Yeah, I'll speak uh, very conservatively. I have only 51 seconds. Queen d4, I'll go king h1. But here's knight g4. I don't like this at all. I messed up. I messed up my advantage. What if I take queen d2? Or I can play rook b4. Oh no, I blundered queen d2.
Yeah, okay, so last game was fun, although not everything was according to the plan, but it ended well, so let's hope for the best here. Actually, I had a very nice position with the pawn on h3. It was so nice that even after I blunder / sacrificed the piece, I still had a good position. Okay, let's try something offbeat here. Oh, he plays very fast. He's prepared. Okay, let's do something weird. Take him out of book. Now bishop e7 would sort of transpose to bishop g5, bishop e7 things. And otherwise I'm trying to get e4, which might also start looking like some French. He used to be an expert in French though, so it's maybe not the best choice. Ah, he just wants this. Interesting. I guess e3, bishop to d3, probably at some point knight to e5, f4, and checkmate. Yeah, I wonder if I need to start with c3. Yeah, bishop probably to d3. I don't know, it's not comfortable for black, I think, when knight is constantly ready to jump to e5. Of course, it's a normal position, so shouldn't be a big deal. I guess I should castle, yeah, at some point. Probably too crazy to go for, though I can try to go queen e2 and some long castle things, but maybe I shouldn't. Maybe it's just not necessary. Wow. Maybe it's good. Anyway, it wasn't easy for black, so let's try to slow him down a bit. He's angry. You can hear it with the sound of his moves. Many options. Let's take the first castle. Don't see why not. Yeah, I can take on f6 and go e4 at some point, but I'm not sure. It feels somehow dumb, but sort of like it. Of course, 95 is normal also. I think takes on e4 is just too slow. You'll get some before b3 later. And I'll not be able to do much with the diagonal, so start with e4. Oh no, that would be blundering a piece nicely. The d and then knight takes e7. E2 always possible as well. Yeah, this move 95. Takes 97 maybe. Takes on 7, 4. B4. I don't know, I have good bishop. Let's try now. At least when I'm playing with black, such positions, they scare me, so maybe why not play it with white? Okay, takes on 94, of course, interesting. I could then ignore the knight, or I could try to win the e4 pawn. It's too risky for black. He's losing the e4 pawn potentially, and not clear what's the upside. Maybe he can just castle. I might go f4. Then at some point b4. Takes. I'm not yet mating there, so it's a pity. And probably castle is a good move. 4b4. Takes on e8. Something takes back. Okay, this principled. Probably should trade, no? Yeah, I guess f4. They do f4 no? Here. I don't know. I think they do f4. I mean, if I have good time, of course, I should be doing good. Knight comes to d4. I don't know. I mean, queen c5 sort of looks slightly disturbing, but at the same time, it's not a, in itself, not a great move, maybe. Or maybe go queen to, could go to e1, playing only on the dark squares. So could go normally also to e2. Yeah, I think he landed here not entirely on purpose. So it should be good. I wonder about ideas with g4, g5, but I don't know. If I get knight to d4, the bishop on b7 is not in time to get active. I mean, some g5 and d4, and in theory it could work, but I doubt it works out. I would think about these things though, if I were black. But I would also push those thoughts away. I don't know what I would do if I were black. Now sometimes they get a queen out first and then knight f3, but it doesn't feel like the right position to do that. It's not so clear what the queen on g4 is going to be doing. Yeah, knight f3, b4. Could I anyway stop b4, or how to react to b4? Yeah, I'm not really a huge expert in such such things. It's not so easy because I do have to react somehow to b4. What would Magnus do here? Throw queen to h5, knight to f3, and checkmate. Doesn't happen in my games usually, but okay, let's do it. Queen h5, b4, knight f3. Takes. Yeah, I like that the queen is out, so after b3 I can go bishop d1 and my rook is not trapped on a1. If knight f3, b4, knight d4, he's got b3. Bishop b1, and then, I don't know, the rook on a1 is forever locked. Shall I follow the Magnus instinct? Queen h5, knight f3. Yeah, let's do it now. Can start also queen c5. That's too sophisticated. Yeah, well, I like this setup, queen h5, knight f3, but I'm not sure it's... No. On the other hand, his counterplay is limited, and if I do get some g4, g5, then maybe even, might not look so stupid. Also, it looks pretty. I mean, queen h5, knight f3. Looks like I know what I'm doing. He definitely is not going to like them in the prospects of g4. Could also go b3 and then f6 or f5, and already he might argue that he's not so bad positionally. Hard to say. On the other hand, yeah, I don't know actually. f6 then. If I take on f6, okay, knight c5 is more natural, of course. Is knight d3 coming? I don't think this g4 thing is... I don't think I'm in time, simply. This g4 business looks actually far-fetched. I take twice, knight d3. Knight d4 also, knight d3. I'm not sure about this queen h5 idea. On the other hand, f5, ef, queen f5, g6, queen f4, king g7. I'm not so sure. But I can keep f5 for later. I can start with knight d4. Okay, anyway, let's go knight d4 and see. Knight d3 slightly bugged me, but okay. I even have a move like rook b1 for now. Also rook f3, rook g3, I don't know. I'm not really having a, it's not ideal. It is almost ideal. The fact that it's not completely ideal is a pity. I'm not really rolling yet with this. I mean, about to, yeah, knight d3 is good. Let's think about f5 ideas. I've got ef knight f5, knight f5, queen g5. The endgame is going to be fine there, in the worst case. Oh, there's also some. Yeah, what does rook b1 do here? This question. Does it help? Probably a waste of time. Takes. 5. Can also try to first take on a8, and then do this f5 business. It's not entirely clear what happens there, to be honest, after f5. I'm feeling I shouldn't take on the a8 because in some lines it doesn't. Some counterplay as well. Yeah, you can go so after knight f5, go queen e6. Well, then I've got some knight g7 things with rook f6. It's probably gonna go queen g5. It looks also most normal. Then I take, check king h8. Then he's got g6, knight d6 maybe. Bishop c6. Okay, I'm kind of fine there, I guess. f5 by the knight takes e5. It's not working now at all. Yeah, okay, let's. Not gonna happen. Let's go f5. If ef knight f5, queen e5, I've got bishop d3 and knight takes h6, so it's good. Yeah, I don't think f5 misses anything, right? This queen g5 thinks I think I'm fine there. There's something more ambitious here, but I'm not sure. Let's go f5. As long as it's a fine position, it's fine by me as well. Don't think I'm have anything huge. Anyway, so it's a bit old-fashioned to also think that I just trade on e7 and I'm winning because he has bishop on b7. In a way, he has a lot of counterplay too, so or maybe it was very good. I don't know. Maybe it's still very good. Will be actually great. In the last game, I'm curious, after I blundered the piece, if maybe it just works out anyway. That would be miraculous. It didn't feel this way, but somehow I'm so well coordinated. Yeah, here, I think he'll take knight takes e5. Is it actually? I should have calculated it, to be honest. I was a bit lazy there, but I think I can even go f6 and queen h6. Knight e5 is also a wrong direction. We should take knight f5, queen g5. Takes, knight d6. Also takes, I can take on d3. Play some, I don't know, something chickenish, like rook d1 or something. Of course, I should not exaggerate. Yeah, maybe not so much queen g5. I think he's gonna do it. I don't see. He should think, of course, but I think he's gonna do it. It would have been nice there if I'd taken knight e7 and then some rook h3 mate, but it's not really on the cards, I think. After rook f3, he's got, in the worst case, g6 as well. He's got g4 as well. Yeah. Also, at some point, I should consider AB, rook takes A8, of course. That was something I thought I should be never forgetting. Queen G5 coming up. So Queen E6, I think, maybe takes on D3 and Knight G7 looks quite spectacular. He's got Queen G6 there, but I don't think he was willing to go this far. And Queen E5, Bishop D3 is working. I guess that's crucial because after CD, I've got Knight takes H6. Everything's based on this. Yeah, and other squares really bad. Queen G5 takes 6, AB, AB, maybe. Oh, maybe then some Knight E7, Rook takes A8. Oh, maybe some AB, AB, Rook takes A8, Bishop takes A8, some E6 tricks. It's all interesting. It has to be at least fine for me. It has to be good for me. A lot of options, but sometimes a lot of options doesn't mean that they're all good. Yeah, if AB, AB, Rook 8, if Rook A8, I've got Knight this. It's not all not so clear because he's always got counterplay on the queen side. It's all not clear. I can start Knight E7, King H7. He will want to go Rook A8 next. Let's play it simple. Huh? Knight D6. Too simple, but okay. Otherwise, I'm not so sure. I mean, sometimes you can give up 7 pawn and then take over the queen side, but I don't know, a lot of tempting options there. Probably this is not. My point is that if he moves the bishop somewhere, I'll on C6, then I can take on D3 and play Rook D1 and just recapture, and you know, I'm happy there, but not so much there. Possibly selling my position too short, and also might be, yeah, Bishop C6. Now my point was to take. Let's see, I can also take on A8. Yeah, but then that was, I can do that. And then take on D3. You can take with the rook. You'll be very, very, very brave and strong. I could go CB4 at some point as well. I mean, the easiest now would be to take on D3 on B4 and play Rook A D1. This pretty much has to go like Rook A2, Rook D3, even Rook F2. Yeah, Rook D3 probably, or Rook F2. Yeah, but then he's got some. Yeah, actually, I can do this. Okay, let's try something more ambitious. If takes. He will dare to take on A8 with the rook. What do we think? He will dare, because there's anyway no options for him. If he will, then I've got Knight F7. It's very, very risky. Not clear what I want at all. And if there, I'll take on D3 and play Rook D1 with the Rook on A8. Still probably safe. Maybe it's worth the risk. I mean, there is no risk. Just wonder if it's better the first take on A8 or immediately. There's also some idea, take CBA, B, rook C1. Bishop A4. Yeah, bishop A4 is a bit annoying. Yeah, he for sure will take an 8 with the rook, so there's no point to hope for something else, but maybe it's simply good. So if takes, rook A1 immediately, actually. The simplest. What was wrong with that? He's got some, yeah, F6 I can take on F6 maybe. Should watch out a little bit for, okay, he'll go BA probably. Rook B8, rook B3 or something. Yeah, no, that was a problem. So rook B8, rook B3 business. Okay, let's just make some move, yeah? Because it's all not so much. Somehow. So at least hope I didn't blunder anything. That would be awkward. Some sort of a bailout that's going wrong. If I didn't blunder anything, then I'm... What am I actually? What's the pawn count? Am I going to be half a pawn up? Yeah. If I didn't blunder anything, I'm going to be half a pawn up. It's something I'll take at this point. But it's not ready. Yeah, no, rook A2 he's got, of course. So that's simply nothing. Yeah, you know what? There's nothing here. But there are some tricks. There are some tricks there. Like, for example, if rook A2, rook D3, rook B2, CB, rook B4, I have some rook C3. Okay, 3 not. Bishop D7, bishop C6. 3, I'm really not, you know, not a serious trick. Yeah, no, it's simply fine. Should just not be too slow and, you know, get it over with. Be solid here. Yeah, I mean, probably I was doing very well. It was not easy to see something clear. Because all the lines where I take on F7, it's got some counterplay. Rook A2, do I have something? Just have to trade everything now. Let's try to get something like some nice equality, you know, not a stupid equality, not a not nice equality also. Gotta take. I don't know. What can I do? There's nothing I can do. Knight F5 probably. Bishop D7, bishop A6 is not something I want to allow because then my knight on D6 is just completely dumb. Yeah, let's go knight F5. Wait. Oh my god, did I blunder? Oh no, I think I'm fine. Yeah, after I blundered rook b1 and bishop b5. I've got rook d5. Very lucky that I got it, rook d5, because I blundered that. But okay. In a way, if it's not a blunder, it's not a blunder, so. See, Antimon used to say, somewhere in the back of my mind, I saw everything. He had a point. And by the way, not fighting here for anything, I believe. King of 8 is good. It's just an equal position. I should even sometimes watch out not to blunder e5 pawn. But it's hard for him to get around my pieces. Now probably knight d4. Yeah, it's unlikely that he'll get to my e5 pawn ever. Especially with my rook on the side somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I can first bring the king to g3. Otherwise he'll cut me. Yeah, he can also cut me. Really not a big deal. I don't know. Can also play h3 if I want. Yeah, but this cutting me, it doesn't really scare me at all, to be honest. I activate the rook just. Because I've got maybe even some, yeah, I mean, I've got some rook a7 things to annoy him. He can get around my e-pawn, and I can also go h3, king h2, king g3 if need be. Just, it's just equal, and I don't think it's difficult for him to defend from my tricks. I mean, as long as he stays with the king on e8 and a7, I don't see any tricks even. Okay, if he will be very clumsy, it's possible, but normally I'm not playing here for much. It could have been an interesting game at some point. Especially if after knight d3 I do something. I didn't see what, but of course there could be many things. I mean, for all I know, maybe there is no threat even. Maybe knight b2 is met with f5. Maybe I could go rook f3 there. Knight b2, f5. Looks, yeah, but that's always queen g5. Not sure. Maybe rook f3 and rook g3. Yeah, there were interesting options. Yeah, I should have maybe gone rook f3. I thought there were promises in this endgame, but maybe not. Or maybe there were else. Wonder what is he? Yeah, he's probably. He's of course also a little bit worried because there are some, or not. Maybe he's thinking how to play for advantage, or he's just thinking about the move. Rook b2 is probably a normal move. To which, I don't know, can go. I thought about check and rook g8, but he's got g6, so there's no point in doing that. I mean, I could provoke g6 for some reason. I'm not sure it's okay. It has some point, but I think there is very little that both can do. I can also fish for some, like rook 8, rook a7, and just repeat if I want to get it over with. Or I can start with rook a5 after bishop e6. Yeah, rook a5, by the way, looks like the most normal move. Rook a5, bishop e6, and now rook b2, rook a5, bishop e6. Do I have something by any chance? Kind of check. Here's to king f8, knight c6. Just to go g6. Okay, that's not so bad. Knight d4 back. Can pretend maybe. I mean, I don't know what to pretend. Do we even have equal? Yeah, we have equal pawns. Just to, sometimes in the heat of the battle, you forgot to count pawns. Okay, he drops also low on time, so that's good. We are both low on time in a position without ideas. It's a good situation. He's probably gonna play around the time when he reaches my time. He'll think like, okay, enough time spent. Shouldn't drop lower and make a move. I think this rook b2 rook a5 slightly maybe concerns him. Maybe he thinks it's a bit clumsy there. What happens? Yeah, that's why. Okay, he wants to go rook e8 also sometimes. Let's make sure that's not happening. So I've got rook a7. Maybe rook a7? Right? Rook a5. What is the same? Okay, he wants to go maybe rook e8. And then what? Bishop c8, I've got rook a8. I can also put my rook on a5 just to make sure he doesn't move. So let's do that now. He anyway doesn't move. Okay, let's go rook a5. So I want to play this position a little bit for something. If you all don't mind, of course. I promise I'll be very gentle, very careful. Shouldn't be so stupid in such positions to over push. Because really is so little winning chances that it's not worth it, but okay, sometimes in these blitz things it happens. Yesterday I played bullet all evening and okay, such things just it was never a draw, such a position. But here with 10-second increment, of course, it should be as dull as in a classical game. I mean, in fact, you can go bishop c8, and after rook a8, you can go just trade the rooks as well. I don't think I can really do something here. After bishop c8, I have some nasty. If I were some kid, I would play knight b5 because that sets a trap. Rook e5, rook a8. Bishop c8, knight b8 is kind of move that all these online kids would make instantly. Very solid. Wait a second. One endgame is okay, yeah? No, it's okay, fine. Okay, wait. I don't think he saw it because it's strange to allow it, but it's probably okay. Very weird. Very weird. It is okay, yeah? Yeah, I mean, I briefly missed it after take everything king f3, king, he got king f7, but there I go around, yeah, it's nothing as well. Mm-hmm. Okay. There's nothing. What can you do? Still, it's clumsy. Rook 7 is anyway a clumsy move. I mean, now I want to go king g3 and then threaten the same thing, and then pawn endgame will be winning. And he might have to, give up something now. A pawn or something like this. Like half a pawn. Maybe I want to go king f3, because king g3, he's got f6. Then if takes on e6, will take c3 in the end. But it's all a bit shaky for him. Yeah, this was not a very convincing. But you can always, of course, switch back to a normal defensive setup. I'm a bit short of time. I'm a bit short of time, so I cannot afford to think too much, unfortunately. But I'd enjoy to think a bit in such position. Nice position to think about. Nothing to think about, just okay. First, in such a position, the first part of the winning plan is to get your opponent lower on time than yourself. That's essential, otherwise, just zero chance. Once that's complete, part two. Part two is pretending you have a threat. Actually, more important is to have no threats, because then the guy doesn't even know what to defend from. And part three is to have a small threat. In such position, once you have a small threat, it's already, it's huge. Then bishop d7 is good. Okay, it's very good. Yeah, although this provoking g6, that's so dumb. Absolutely no point. Even allow some bishop f5 ideas. Totally pointless. This whole game is just a bit pointless. I mean, I have many. Okay, wait, f6, that's always interesting. Odd moment to play f6. Rook a6, bishop c8. Yeah, there is never an odd moment, apparently. b5 or something. Is that clever? And b5? d7? I don't have anything now. Yeah, I don't have anything. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Okay, shouldn't blunder bishop g4 check. Don't blunder bishop g4 check. Okay, you know what? This is really going nowhere. Just don't blunder anything here. King e5 is fine. Maybe I should go king f2. Don't know. I'm gonna play on a bit. Small knight's always nice. Oh, I have a trap. If he goes rook c7, I'll go rook g7. It's very pretty. Oh, I'll do that. That's nice. Bishop g4, hg, and knight f5 check. Please let me show you my trap. Please repeat. Come on, be nice. Be nice. Please repeat. This is odd. Why is he? Okay, he wants to force. Let's go g4. Okay, let's dodge it. We'll go rook h8. Okay, my rook is back. Knight b5. Check gave something or no? Yeah, no, it's actually really nothing. Nothing's going on. Next time, let's play one more. Let's play one more. I mean, I'll at least stop talking. Yeah, let's accept them. Okay, rematch.
I'm thinking to change a little bit. He still goes for d5. Let me play e3. The previous game has suffering for quite some time. He goes to c5. Okay. Uh, I'll play d3. So, I think I should play c4. It takes. This is a bit strange. You go bishop g7. Castles. If I play d4, this is the idea. cb knight d4. Or should I play bishop e2? Maybe I should go for d4. cd knight d4. So he wants to play knight c6. So oh, maybe I can play bishop e2. Idea bishop f3. Then you go knight c6. I can play knight d2 to get my knight to c4. And if knight d5, I have knight c4. Maybe I should have played bishop f3 first and then gone for this. I played a bit too fast. But okay, it's done. Not much to do now. Okay. Okay. If I go knight c4, that should be good. In the last game, when I was white, I got really low on time. Trying to play a bit fast this time. Yeah, it's terrible to be down, and especially that first loss was really painful. Probably I was winning, and then I missed a simple mate. It was because I was low on time. Yeah, I think in chess, there's nothing worse than losing a one game. That's, I think, probably the worst feeling a player feels. Well, this question is pretty much equalish, but okay, I have some pressure. So 94. I can play 95 or I can take on g7 and go queen c2. If I play 95, I don't see the continuation after 95. Maybe he can take and go queen a5, idea knight c3, and so on. Probably I should take. You go king g7, or you can take on d1 as well. Then I'll play rook d1 and then followed by rook c1. You go king g7. So queen c2 makes sense. Or queen c1. I think it's one and the same. Eventually I'll play queen b2. I have slight pressure, but I have to be precise to make something out of it. Rook f d1 makes a lot of sense. G go queen c7, very logical. I can play queen b2. The main problem is that it can peter out very quickly. Queen b2. He'll play rook d8. I have to play quite creatively to make even a game out of this position. So rook f d8. Should I play rook dc1 after that? Um, Idea is to play knight e5 or play something else like knight e5 directly. Okay, so he does go for it. Knight e5, rook d1, rook d1. Maybe knight e5 makes sense. So d1, rook d1, rook d8, then I can go rook c1. Or I can take on c6. Uh, the other option is to go rook dc1 directly. If I go rook dc1 directly, what can I do? I don't like that I'm giving him this d5, but with rook dc1. I think knight e5 makes a lot of sense. I just go for it. Rook d1, rook d1. The problem is that his moves are easy. He just wants to exchange all the pieces. And he goes bishop e8. Yeah, he doesn't like to cripple his pawn structure. He doesn't want to do that. So now I can play rook dc1 myself. He'll go queen b6. Then I can play bishop f3. If I play bishop f3 directly, he'll exchange one rook, which is of course in his favor. Yes, I should definitely play rook dc1 in this position. He'll play queen b6, and then I can play bishop f3, or there are ideas of g4, funky stuff. Who knows? It's really exciting, but in chess generally exciting things don't work unless you are you just queen b6. Should I play g4? Or it's too much. G4 will go h6. Then I can go h4. Yes, king g8. G5 takes knight h7. No, it's a bit too much probably. So okay, he wants to play rook ac8. I can play bishop f3. Then he go rook ac8. I really want to play g4. I don't know why. G4, h6, h4, king g8. The problem is if I don't make something out of it, I'll just be worse. I could get worse. How to how to even get a game? I'm going complete blank. If knight c4, what can we do? We can go queen e6. If I play bishop f3, rook c8, knight c4, he still has queen a6. I can play queen e5. Not really extraordinary. I have to put bishop on f3 anyways. The question is how to do it. g4, we can go king g8. Also, maybe that's not fair. G4, king g8. Maybe bishop f3, rook c8, then I go g4, h6, h4. Yeah, so he goes rook c8 now. I'll go g4, h6, h4, king g8, and I don't know what I'm doing after that. Sadly. The problem is after g5, he can take everything and go knight h7. Maybe he has to go rook c8, I don't know. Why is he thinking? And if knight c4, he has queen a6. I can go queen e5. Then he has king f8. Simple move. Maybe it's not so stupid to play knight c4. But he can also go queen c7. Yeah, probably he should just play queen c7. Then I have queen a3. Five. Not clear. Okay. I find it really hard to resist g4. I'll just go for it. Yeah, he should play h6. I'll play h4. And then he'll go king g8. King g8, g5, hg, hg, knight h7, knight g4, knight g5, knight h6, king h7. Doesn't really work. You have to be very creative. King g8. What to do after king g8? So I can play rook c8, rook c8, g5. Doesn't really change much. Maybe I can take on c8 and go rook d1. Just simply playing for some space advantage. Yeah, it makes sense. Does it? Or I can play king g2 with ideas of playing g5, rook h1 in the future. Yeah, I like the look of king g2. I don't know if I played correctly, but the position is still pleasant. I'm trying to scare him a bit with ideas of g5, rook h1, and all kinds of stuff, which 99 out of 100 times don't work. But who knows? It's not a bad idea to scare your opponent sometimes. So queen e6. I take on c8, queen d4. No, I can even take on b7 after rook c. It's not a good sign that I'm blundering so often. It's the good thing is that it's not easy to come up with a move for black. Many options, but I don't see something which is completely convincing. I do have some slight pressure in this position. Maybe g5 is not such a naive move. It could be really dangerous after h followed by rook h1. Could be something. I like my position. Yeah, not. I mean, in a must-win game, couldn't have asked for a better position. There's some slight initiative, and moves are not so easy for black. I could take on c8 and go rook d1. 95, then I have queen e5. Maybe he has queen c7 in the end. And if I play knight c4 now, he has queen a6. So if I take knight d7, bishop d7, takes queen e5. No, that should not be good. Knight d7 is a good move. Knight c4 should not be right. He just goes queen e6. And I don't know what I'm doing there. So I have to either play rook c8 or come up with something brilliant. Okay, I have to go rook c8. Or I can take on d7, bishop d7, queen e5. How is that? That looks interesting. Maybe he'll just play bishop e6. Okay. I'm again low on time. Oh, so I cannot play rook c8, rook d1. He has queen f6 simply. So I have to take on d7. Queen e5. There's a good chance that he has a clean equalizer in this position. Something like queen e6. I don't know. Bishop c6. Bishop c6 loses a pawn. Yeah, as usual, I'm again low on time. It's quite irritating to get low on time. I should speed up. Not so easy. How should he defend on e7? Bishop e6, yeah, logical. Can I play g5? Just keeping some pressure. Or I could take on c8 and go rook d1. Both look quite tempting. Maybe g5. Goes h5, logical. Maybe rook c8, rook c8, rook d1. He has queen c7. I can take king g3, but it looks very weird. To play king g3. For, for lack of better move, I'll still go for it. I have no idea what the king is doing on g3. I couldn't find something better than that. Yeah, king g3 is wrong. I think I should have played something. Yeah, like takes and queen e4, yeah, something along those lines. This definitely is wrong move. King G3 is definitely doesn't feel good. Although nothing disastrous. It was Queen B4. But what if I take and go Rook D1? Can I play Rook C8, Rook C8, Rook D1? If not now, then when? Bishop G4, I have Rook D4, or do I? Yes, Queen E1. It was Queen B6. This is my chance. He wants to play Queen C7. How can I avoid that? Don't say any tricks. Can I go Queen E4? Queen C7, King G2, B6, doesn't make sense. Probably I should go King G2. I don't know if Queen E4 is correct. Time hasn't been my friend today. So he'll go Queen C7, I'll go King G2, B6, then I'll go Queen D4, trying to keep some pressure. What if he goes B6, Queen D4, Queen C2? Yeah, I definitely misplayed. Now it's just nothing. Terrible, terrible. I'll just go Rook D2. If he goes Queen C1, I'll just go Queen D4. It's clear that I lost my advantage if I had any. The problem was I could not go Queen D4 on the previous move. He had Queen C2, Rook D2, Queen F5. Suddenly he has Queen H3. And go b5, most likely. Yeah, if he gets b5 before, it's good for him. The problem for me is I don't see a way to improve my position. He goes queen c5. What if I just take? Into rook c5. I give check and rook d8 with rook c2. Okay, I have to do it anyways. So if he was rook c2, what should I do? Maybe I just have to take on b6. If I go a4, bishop b3 takes bishop a4. That's not how it should be. I have to take. I can play rook b5 and it should be a draw. Just trying to see if I have something better than that. I don't see if rook b7, yes, at least king f8. If rook a3, I'll go bishop d5 and it's a draw. I don't know where I went wrong. Probably it was not much to begin with. Yeah, it should be a draw. I don't see a way for him to continue or keep the game going. Okay, so probably in the last game I'll have to do something. But it's very, very hard to win with black if white plays very solid. Yeah, he goes for k3, bishop d5, the drops. I don't even know why is he thinking. It's just a simple draw. Apparently he still wants to play for win. Rook g4, king h3. Okay. It's even pointless to analyze this position. But I have in the past shown great talent in messing such positions up.
Okay, so I'll start him. Okay, let's do again something similar. I briefly checked my previous white game with the chess24 analysis tool, and well, it seems I was doing well indeed with h5 and f3. But then endgame was also good, but I should have just taken on b4 without knight g6. Didn't realize it would make such a huge difference. He's weighing his options, and it's clever because the time is not yet 7.
Hello.
Yep.
I don't see the game actually. Should I refresh or what should I do?
Strange, I don't know. Okay. Well, let's do the same. Sounds like somebody's vacuum cleaning something here. I mean, literally. Yeah, you might go c5 this time. Do the same. Didn't mind the opening last game. Okay, it was double-edged, but I thought I was some chances there. I wonder what if c5, e4. Okay, this is all theory, so we've established. But I got the same position with 2 extra minutes, so it's nice. You might want to do this bishop a6, I think. Sounds like Vidit. The castle. Can try to be unpleasant and go 95, maybe. Oh, let's do that. We'll go knight f7. Bishop a6, not sure it's solving all his problems anyway. Okay, let's be principled, yeah. I mean, bishop d3, bishop a6, I don't know, I had options I could take, queen e2, many things. Then some takes on f6, e4, looked also promising, but okay, this is it, maybe a little harder to meet. Okay, knight f7, bh6 first, yeah? Why not h6 first? You could consider going bishop f4, but it's not me. Though, and knight d7 first. I can take somewhere or everywhere. Oh, he will recapture with the queen maybe and then go bishop a6 anyway. I must be honest, I'm not sure about 95. Let's take here. Take here. Okay, 97. Now I. Yeah, actually, it's really not nothing suddenly, or not suddenly. Straight everything. So yeah, let's just play as if I'm black. I have the so-called, good bishop, but not for advantage. I mean, if he goes e5, I'll take, trade everything, and such positions are fine. Sometimes you can even play them for a win, especially with very little pieces. And d5 is just a target. I've got some a4, a5. And if he doesn't go e5, then okay, it doesn't have a clear, easy play. I think objectively it's more or less even after e5 takes 6. Maybe knight f3 immediately. I'll go to trade the knights. It's definitely good to trade the knights. It's one of those cases when it's probably good for the side with less space to trade pieces. Yeah, no, this is less fun than the game 2 where I got, okay, c5 is fine. I'll castle. If he goes cd, I can even go cd. It's not. Maybe bishop d7. Yeah, a4. a4 is just what they do. Not sure about a4 though. I mean, the a6 looks like a fine reply. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, I just play knight f3 and I'm chilling. Bishop d3, queen e2. It's not so clear how to proceed for either side. It's a standard position. Especially if you imagine that I'm playing with the black pieces, then it seems like I solved all my opening problems. And that's essentially what London system is just, you know, playing as if you are playing with black, but with an extra tempo. Essentially, you're playing some sort of Slav. But of course, the psychology of the game is different when you're white. When you're playing Slav, nobody wants anything from you. You don't want anything from anybody. When you're playing London system, stakes are high. F5 is possible. I can actually go at some point f4. I don't need it. Also don't like it. But I could. But I already didn't. Yeah. I can be weird with queen b3. I think the price for move is not very high here. Queen b3, not sure what's the angle there. Okay, I don't know. So neutral move, rook e1. I'm playing strange, but it doesn't matter, I think. Such is the position. Yeah, let's go back. Whatever. The thing is, whenever he goes knight f6, I'll go knight e5. If he doesn't go knight f6, I will not go knight e5. That's how I understand this position. I think all other moves are pretty much irrelevant. E5, I think, always fine for me. Although, in this particular dumb version, maybe I'll let him equalize there. Although, okay, I'll still put bishop on f3. Actually, in that case, a4, a5 inclusion doesn't really harm him much. But okay, it's also not a big deal. e4, bishop b5, then e5, bishop b5, then e4. Okay, e5, I don't think he'll play. Not very practical. Yeah, bishop c6 first. I don't know. Queen c2. My last moves were queen b3, queen d1, queen c2. I'm sorry. Let's test the hypothesis whether it's impossible to ruin this position. It seems like I'm certainly going to give it a try. We'll play knight f6, knight f5, bishop e8. It's still unclear what's next. I mean, b5 for him always creates only weakness on a5, which is compensated by my slightly weak pawn on b2, but not more than that. I could also go h3 at some point if I want, but I'm not sure it's needed. I'm not sure it's so useful. Potentially, I might want to have my pawn on g3. I'm a bit faster, which is good. Yeah, h6. Okay. The problem is, though, I think the position demands retarded moves, but it feels bad to make them. You know? I mean, there are, like, you should play like this, but it doesn't make it look any better. I'm really sorry, guys. Really sorry. There is no pretty move here. I don't know what move to make. It's all the same. I don't know what you want. This is a position just. What can I do? And I could try actually some b4. Yeah, but I shouldn't do this b4. I mean, what's b4? Takes, c4. I also shouldn't. I mean, I don't have any breaks. He's the one with e5 break, which is not giving him anything. The point is, I think, to shuffle quickly. And then when he does something, strike. I could go g3. I mean, h3 I don't like. I could go g3. I don't think g3 hurts me in any way. Then I could go bishop f1, bishop. Yeah, but bishop on g2 doesn't do anything. I can also wait with g3 until forever. Last time I could do something was when I could play bishop b5 and knight f6, knight e5. But then I didn't like, I think, c4. I wasn't sure if I want. I didn't dislike it though. Just, yeah, I could have done it actually. I don't see why not. I should have maybe done it. Although that time his pawn was on h7, so it looked less attractive. The knight on e5. So with knight on e5, pawn on h7, he's got f6 in the long term. Now f6 is always less attractive. In general, I must say this move h6, just like h3, I don't find it very pretty in this structure. Yeah, it's funny, he's thinking. He also doesn't want to make retarded moves, and he just ran out of them. I mean, what move he's going to make? Which is sort of looking good. There's no such move. They're all just nothing moves. He could try to go for b5. Maybe now it's the ideal moment to do that. I mean, just to do something. Now, how do I react? Can take everything. Rook a2, rook b8, rook a1, queen b6. Actually, yeah, even if I protect rook b1. Okay, rook e8. I don't know, rook d1. My son sounds excited about something. I don't think that he saw this position. He wants e5. Probably. Okay, f6 would be very ugly, I think, always. It's not a Vidit move. In e5 without f6. Okay, we trade everything and I go bishop f3. Double and triple double. I think only white can be better, but I'm not so sure. Probably nobody's better. I hesitated with rook d2 because I thought knight f6, knight e4 comes with the tempo, but here I don't no longer care because after knight e5, his rooks are then slightly misplaced for the whole thing. Which is why he goes rook e7. I can play anything, but what will I play? I gotta play something neutral. What's neutral here? Rook c1? No, looks neutral enough. Again, it's really up to him to choose which way the game will take. Of course. Maybe I shouldn't have gone 95, although I shouldn't be complaining. This position is sort of normal position out of this opening. I play some queen d6 or I can play queen b3 at some point again. And again back. I can go g3 at some point if you really want me to. Don't think there's much harm in that. Yeah, that thing with bishop b5 disliked, yeah. I'm still disliking it. Though maybe I shouldn't. But okay, he allows it, so maybe he'll allow it again. I moved the rook in case knight f6, knight e4 comes with the tempo. By the way, don't care about trading these bishops. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Nobody offered me the trade, by the way, but just hypothetically. Now something will happen in this game, just not yet. It's going to be fun because, I'm going to drop a long time. That's where he came from, right? Let's repeat. He's probably, yeah, he has to deviate somehow. I don't know what he wants. I have no idea. I can play rook a1, right? No one can stop me from playing rook a1. I can also play bishop d3 at some point, but then, okay, I just want to make sure after e5 I've got takes and bishop f3. I can go back to my, forgotten queen b3 idea. And now I can trade bishops, in fact, very likely in the next move. Like now I can go bishop b5. Why would I do that? Why would I help him? It's his job to do something. So with that in mind, queen c2. Rook e8. Okay. Rook to d1 probably. Or not. Queen d1. Queen d1 I didn't like, right? Here I could, because of knight f6, knight e5. I can play queen f1 for fun, to annoy him. I like this queen f1. Finally a move. It looks like it almost has a purpose. But obviously next move I'm gonna go back, so don't get excited. Let's just go somewhere, I don't know. He'll go b5. I mean, there's nothing else. He's not, I don't think he's worse there. In fact, it's really not a bad idea to go b5, probably. Well, e5. Strange. So take everything, bishop f3. What's the plan? I'm gonna start queen c2. But why? Bishop f3. Yeah, okay, rook d6. That's his point. He wants some rook f6 or what? Oh, okay. Maybe g3. We'll do some. Can we do something? h5, h4, g5 somewhere. Start queen d1 also. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, no, he d5 in a fine version. Just to say, it doesn't. I don't think it makes it any dangerous for me, but still. Yeah, I don't know. Should I go g3 or? I feel like that my other rook is not in the game. Maybe I'm being too picky, but slightly dislike that. But okay. Let's go g3. g3, bishop g2. My other rook is protecting a4 pawn. Very important task. And this is not really the version in which white is pushing, but there are sometimes cases when in such a position you are doing well. Now he just defended d5 very many times, and also I've got a4 slightly weak, so cannot do anything. I think it would have been better in such a position already to have a pawn on a3. But okay, then black doesn't have to go e5 and can go with b5 plans. So it's still mostly equal. I mean, it's only question only is if he ever gets some h5, h4, g5, or if somebody blunders some tactic like d4, but not here. It could be d4, by the way, sometimes, like bishop c6, some de or dc. Could be. So if here d4, cd, 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 bishop c6, d, rook d6, rook d6. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. It reminds me of our first game. Extra pieces are not always good. I mean, I don't think, like d4, ed maybe? Ed, cd? No, bishop c6, dc, takes, queen f3, cb, rook b1. Queen c5, bishop e4. It's a little bit double-edged. Oh, wow, yeah, makes sense. There, after queen f3, it's got some c2 move, maybe. But that position, is it really? So ed, cd, bishop c6. If dc, rook d6. Rook d6. Queen f3. Now c2. c2, I'm not sure there is a threat even. Okay, there is a threat, queen takes b2. So c2. C2, yeah. Say rook 1. Queen b2. Some more queen e3, but it's all a bit shaky. Yeah, the rook f1, there's queen c5. Gotta think of it here. Well, I can go c4 in the worst case, but it's not a happy move at all, actually. Really nice to make bishop c6 work. I'm not sure after c2 I've got something. Would be weird, but I have some rook e1 there, don't I? No, his queen is on e5 there. Like king g2, queen b2, queen c5 as well. Stuff. Yeah, it's not very nice. Whatever, don't see it. Don't see anything of bishop c6, dc, takes ace, queen f3, c2. Feels like there is something, but I don't see it. Maybe there isn't anything. I should at some point use my time advantage. Yeah, it's not a great. Oh, it's not so bad, to be honest. But of course, now I'm on the worst side. That doesn't matter. It's a blitz game now, so it's not so bad. If he moves the bishop, I've got bishop d5, so he should trade bishops. Then, I mean, okay, he's got the passed pawn, but if you play the Grunfeld, for example, you've got this d pawn always. And what? Though here he's got all the pieces behind it, which is not helping, but okay. I'll put queen on f3, attack the pawn a couple times, make sure I don't blunder anything. We'll eventually get over this. It's not going to be easy. Time advantage is nice. It's our main trump. It's a bit of a pity, of course, to land here. Okay. Should be for it's sophisticated. Can we punish it? Wants to go f5, yeah? Okay, we cannot punish it. Okay, let's just queen e2, f5, rook e1, rook e8. Let's just trade. Okay, I don't know. Let's play this. Oh, 5 is less of a scare, but still, f5 is good move probably. Still. Can put a queen on d3, just block it. I don't think rook endgames are you know, I mean they're salvageable. Should be very fine rook endgame. I mean I put rook on c3 and after takes d3, rook d2, rook on c3 and then c5. Yeah, so queen. Oh, I want to put my queen on d3. I like to block. Okay, rook f6. Rook f6 is a bit annoying. Okay, I care a bit less. No, let's see what he wants. He wants rook d6, but if I go rook e4, it'll be both. I probably don't care, yeah? Or do I? What are my options again? Other than b3? Oh yeah, rook d1, yeah? That was a very dumb move. Rook e4, yeah? Then rook e1, rook e6, or f5. Well, I guess b3, rook e6, rook f1, rook e1, rook d1. Chop chop. Let's do this. Okay, it's not all not nice, but it doesn't matter. It's defendable. Should be defendable. I'm gonna be clever, but shouldn't. Yeah, it's got some pressure here. It's quite unpleasant. On the other hand, objectively, it's probably nothing special. Unless something, something of g5 nature is going to happen a couple of moves. Yeah, this I think I have rook f1, rook e1. Must be his point. Rook d1. Oh, it's rook e3. I don't think rook e3 is on the cards, right? No, I don't think so. I meant after rook e1, rook d1, rook e3, but then takes and d2 takes king h2. Here I wanted to go queen f3. Is it good? I like the thought of queen on f3 and rook on d3. As they say, knight is the best blocker. I don't have a knight. It's not so pretty, but okay. Whatever. It's not pretty, this. Got a slightly weak deep one, which is my only asset, but it's not good for me. Okay, I gotta play fast. Try to break his confidence here. The position is not good for me. I don't know when it got So bad. I mean, it was bad the moment after d4. Now when I went c4, it's really bad, but maybe it was just really unpleasant. Now it looks even more ugly. Queen g4, no? Or maybe f4? 4 is an ugly move. Rook e3. Rook f1, rook f3. King g1, rook f3 as well. Oh, I've got rook takes d4 somewhere. Okay, let's try it. Hope he falls for it. So king g1. King g1 just slightly pointless, the only problem. At this point, any move with the trap is a good idea, I guess. King g1. Don't like it. So rook d3, rook e2. Rook d2, rook f2 is okay. Yeah, this rook d3 is okay. Now rook e2, rook d2. Is that not okay? I think it's okay. I hope it's okay. It should be okay, more or less. I don't know. This rook f2 position should be fine. And otherwise, okay. Here I'm threatening f3. I mean, I'm tactically highly dubious here, but otherwise it doesn't look so bad. Okay, the time situation is fine. I've got 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes. He's got no time, which is good. Just have to be tough and it should be fine. Maybe just fine. Rook e2, yeah, rook d4, rook f2, yeah. I didn't even see it, but it's a good argument. And the increment is pretty massive here, I must say. It's a rapid game, it's not a blitz game. We'll go rook d6 probably. Then I can go check on king g2 and okay, I'm back in town. Rook f3, rook d4 is very important. It's actually what I'm playing for this entire game. Rook d6 is good. King h7 is also fine. What about queen d5? Queen d5 is what Alireza would play. And then say that I think I'm okay. Rook endgame is drawn, no? Just rook endgame, right? Rook endgame is fine. Completely fine, because I can trade the queenside pawns for each other. And once I do that, there's nothing at all is happening. I can go, I don't know, c5 or rook d5. Just rook d5, f5, king g2 takes, g6. Even rook b5 is a draw, probably. Though rook b4 is nasty. Or c5. I was thinking about c5. c5, bc, rook d5. No, I shouldn't do this weirdness. It's normal. Also, by the way, this f5, if I go rook b5, f4 takes on h5, shouldn't really be worse. No? Also, rook d5, f5, c5, bc, then king g2, which is completely fine. Yeah, so now I can go c5 now. Just making sure, because it's pity in such positions to get even slightly worse for no reason. He's got b5, but I've got c6 at least. Yeah, just a draw. It was briefly tough. But we came out on top. d4 was brilliant. Let me check. Very curious. Very curious if d4 was good. Yeah, d4 is just good, huh?
What d4?
d4 was
Yeah,
good,
but
huh?
of course, yeah. I mean, it was very strong move.
Yeah, no,
But
I was,
I
I
had
couldn't
some
believe it.
chances.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm busted, no. In particular, when yeah, but comp here also doesn't show. Yeah, I was just fine, I was just fine somehow. I mean, worse, but not a big deal.
Where is the computer? Like, how do you
I mean,
put it
I'm
on?
on checking on this chess24 thing.
Oh, yeah, how do you do it? I have no idea.
There is some. You can click on engine under the game.
Okay.
Yeah, this 95 was a stupid idea. Yeah? If I play bishop d3, you want to go bishop a6 probably, no?
Sorry, what? When
If I
95?
instead move 8.
Yeah, bishop a6, yeah.
Yeah, also 95, knight f7, maybe bishop f4. Anyway, yeah, okay.
I
The
mean,
position
the first game was critical. I mean, I think you were lost, yeah, that game.
okay, but to be fair, I blundered the piece, yeah.
You blundered a3, yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, okay, I'm so a3. I blundered something in the line that it doesn't work. I think I blundered queen b3 rook b1. Maybe just I don't know. I could of course
No, I
just go
think
queen elsewhere. Yeah, and I'm better. I think without any good
when
compensation for the pawn. No, if I just move the
in the
queen
in
the
the
first
first
game.
game, yeah.
Yeah, instead of queen b4.
Yeah, but I mean, after winning the piece, yeah, playing queen
Yeah, but
d2
it's not
was
so.
just
But
terrible.
I didn't see how to.
Well, after rook e8, can I play queen d4?
Let me pull up that game. Wait. I mean, I felt, of course, I have to be lost, but I didn't see actually. Let's see.
Yeah, it was.
The last game for sure. I mean, it was definitely close, but yeah. So yeah, okay. I mean, after queen e3, I can go queen c8 or something. I will queen b4, a3, queen takes b3, rook b1, queen c2, bishop b7, rook e8, queen c1, or which move? Queen d4 here.
Sorry, what?
When did you want to go queen d4?
Oh, wow. After bishop b7, there is a brilliant move, rook c8. Wow, I didn't see that.
And I'm making a draw, yeah, somehow.
Yes.
Wow.
After
Shit.
after rook
But to be
e8,
honest, rook e8, no, queen d4 is what I was. Queen
yeah,
d4.
after queen d3, I should just play rook b4, yeah? Apparently. Stop your knight g4 ideas, and I'm winning.
Oh, really? Actually, here I really already thought, but you had no time at all. I was actually rook b4 is very good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
had no time, yeah.
But it's the computer.
After rook b2, knight g4, I should still play rook b4, I think. Or, no, rook b4 doesn't work, yeah?
Rook b4.
There's queen c2 or something. Crazy.
Yeah. Queen c2. Yeah. No, I had this deflection. Yeah. No, actually, after knight g4, I was thinking maybe you are in trouble. I didn't see a move for you.
Yeah, but rook b4 I should play, definitely.
I mean, I thought king h1, then queen d4, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
I was wondering.
when I was talking and playing, it gets very hard to calculate this line. I
I
mean,
have to say, to talk
in a
and
crazy
calculate.
position.
No, okay, you can talk and play, but to talk and calculate is impossible.
Yeah, I mean, in
Also,
this question, I have to talk.
also with no time, in the second game, I was doing very well at some point. I think when I should have instead of f5, I could go like rook f3. I think.
Yeah, that position. I mean, I was on tilt actually a little bit there in the
Yeah, no,
opening.
clear. Yeah, you had the bet there.
I was just playing randomly.
Yeah, no,
In the
of
last,
course, I blundered this queen before a3. Of course, I blundered. Yeah, this queen b3, rook b1. Yeah, I mean, otherwise I just got queen c8. I thought actually the first game was nice for me till that point. I mean, it was a nice idea. This h3, d4, it was all good. I think rook e4 was also nice.
I mean, this bishop.
It's time to take control of your journey towards chess mastery. Magnus Carlsen introduces Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Move Trainer uses the science of spaced repetition to identify your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. There's no need to set up a board, remember which page you're on, or keep track of all the moves you miss. Move Trainer empowers you to go from the opening to the end game with confidence. It's a seamless, effective, and fun way to study chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses, including over 100 free courses. Get expert insights from International Master John Bartholomew, Grandmaster Sam Shankland, International Master Christoph Sulecki, Grandmaster Simon Williams, World Champion Magnus Carlsen, and hundreds of other instructors. Get started now. Join our growing community of over 100,000 chess enthusiasts at chessable.com. Chessable, take control of your journey towards chess mastery.